it. But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft.
She laughs. What are you working on here?
Glad you ask, Amika. Very glad. We are very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers. We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to Luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating. Qualities that a Watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing.
There aren't needles involved, are there?
No, nothing invasive. You'd just be putting your Watcher's gift to use. Here, I'll explain. Luminous Adra has special effects upon Kith. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, ne? But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented Cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between. Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore. And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between. I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment.
Wow. Okay. So, when you say you've been researching the effects on Kith...
On volunteers, well-paid volunteers.
Flan smirks. So you could say travel across the city.
That is the very least of it, Amika. We've only managed short jumps thus far. I'm hoping that your own gifts will make the difference. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar. Now, if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a Watcher, for instance.
You want to use my connection to the Adra, I could target a specific pillar.
Precisely right. We've had luck with shorter jumps, but those were as much spellcraft as science. The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Adra veins to create a tether, as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively. What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
And there's no risk I'll show up missing limbs or nothing?
The next pillar's due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry. We paid the farmers.
What if something goes wrong?
There was that fellow that jumped a little too far over the edge.
Stop scaring our assistant.
I'll take care of something first.
We'll get everything ready for you. Come to watch us work? It's not as exciting when we're running through calculations.
Give her Oderisi's notes. I thought you might be interested in these.
Ekosi. Are these Oderisi's? I never thought I'd get even a glimpse of his work.
Flan thumbs through with an expression of mounting glee.
Fascinating. Inaccurate, but fascinating. You do not mind if I hold on to this? Of course not. Here, take this.
Elette distractedly hands you a large sum of coins and flaps a hand to dismiss you.
Come to watch us work? It's not as exciting when we're running through calculations.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure thing, Amika. Comes with the job, doesn't it?
Your accent, it doesn't sound very Valian.
Well, a few years in a deer will do that to you. Up to your armpits in jungle mud, insects, and snotty nobles.
Which is why we stay indoors and take up civilized habits. Like proper enunciation.
Oh, man. Animators weren't very popular in the Deerwood. Do the Uwana give you trouble?
Oh, things are much different here. The Huana may not have the same passion for the field as the Republics, but we understand we're doing research, not sacrificing children to wolves or whatever it is the Deerwood believes. So, no riots. Fortunately, news out of the Deerwood doesn't mean much to this lot.
Flan winks to undercut her teasing. That was all.
For now, nay?
We're all in this together.
We'll come back for her.
Marla, burned. Well,
A steady white-haired elf frowns down at a table covered in coiled copper wires and glimmering shards of Adra. Her gloved hands smooth her well-tailored Valiant coat as she mumbles under her breath. Apparently absorbed in her work, the Animancer doesn't acknowledge your presence. Excuse me. The woman spins on you, blinking rapidly behind a pair of brass-rimmed spectacles. Her bright, carmine eyes and paper-white skin mark her as one of the Glenfawn.
hello. My apologies. I didn't see you there.
Her Adiran bears a clear, crisp, but difficult-to-place accent. The pale elf examines you warily, unease clear in a set of her shoulders. Are you okay?
I am fine. Is there some reason I shouldn't be?
One of her pale eyebrow arches. She tugs at her gloves and looks away from you. Calm settles about her like a burial shroud.
Which is not to say I do not appreciate your concern. I do.
She settles her spectacles on her nose. As she does so, you notice her hands shaking.
I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. Was there something you needed, or may I return to my studies?
Her thin lips settle into a crooked smile. As she speaks, a drop of blood rolls out of her elf's nose and drips onto her lips. She pulls her handkerchief from her coat pocket and wipes away the blood without a word. You burn yourself.
I had a mishap with my machinery, but all is well now. The details are unimportant. I wish only to return to my studies. In any case, why are you here?
Your accent is in Valiant. Why are you dressed like one?
Just a bit of culture I've picked up along the way.
Her clothing is spotless and well-tailored in the old Valiant style, replete with lace, silk velvet, and brocade.
I admire their tailoring tradition immensely. It's much grander than clothing one finds in The White That Wends.
As she straightens the cuffs of her jerkin, a small look of satisfaction flits across her face. It's marvelous. Who's your tailor?
I am, of course.
She puts her hand on her hips and straightens her back. Wait, you're an Animancer and a seamstress?
A curious mind is an agile mind. Besides, the two practices are more alike than one might think.
I suppose they do. Both require careful hands and an obsessive attention to detail.
Care and patience, yes. It is gratifying to be understood.
She brushes a speck of dust from the front of her coat and gives something. And then I asked her if she wants to come with me. She blinks as you're offered and puts a finger to her lips, clearly considering your next words.
I think, perhaps, that I would be grateful for the opportunity.
Sure, why not? You're welcome to come along.
Truly?
She blinks, her mouth hanging half open.
I just know we're gonna be the best of friends.
Shuri thrusts her hand out to enthusiastically shake Idwin's.
Thaklaut, traveler. I am grateful.
She clasps your hand in hers, pumps it quickly, and releases. After a quick pat down of the various pockets sewn into her coat, Idwin nods sharply and rests a hand on the hilt of her rapier.
I have all that I need. We may depart at your leisure.
Her lips curl into a coy little smile and she says no more. She's what I am. This is great. Choose the single class or multi-class for this companion. This choice cannot be changed later. Let's make her like a pure cipher. Yeah, these guys here, like her, him, and her, they're all not real companions, right? They're not actual companions with story, unlike these 5 and him, which makes it 6. Right?
I'm with you.
I'm unsure like who's a real companion and who's not
You
now.
can
Like
trust
it's really confusing. Let's talk to Kenman Azo.
Watcher, what a surprise to see you again.
Beneath a familiar pointed nose, Caedmon Azo grin achieves a careful balance between polite and sneering. His once round face has grown gauner since you last saw him.
Ozzo, I thought I smelled something familiar.
I see we've all moved up in the world, haven't we? Taking an interest in the sciences?
Don't tell me they were stupid enough to put you in charge. No, I'm gonna answer this. Hey there, Azo, still torturing patients? He darts a quick glance in Flawn Elet's direction, only to find her preoccupied. Azo smiles widely.
Don't be ridiculous. We have a long line of well-paid volunteers, of which you are the latest, I hear. I look forward to working with you.
I better go talk to Flawn.
Certainly. She has a great gift for discussing animancy with the layman.
Kevin turns away with a final half-hearted wave of dismissal.
Come to watch us work? It's not as exciting when we're... Sure thing, Amika. Comes with the job, doesn't it? For now, nay? No trouble.
I can't tell her about him? Damn it!
I see where you're going.
Fine. She's a sidekick. Okay. I hope they make patches or DLC to expand on the sidekicks, because I honestly find them more interesting than the companions. Really, Ani? Why? What's wrong with the companions? I like him so far. I mean, I love Aleph and Ether for sure. I'm really taken by Shodi. I really like her too. Seraphin's cool. Him, I'm not sure about yet. Takehu, I'm not really big on.
Get your
but
supplies here.
Tiabo.
A door watcher. Fancy a look at the stock? Straight from the laboratory.
Sure, what you have?
Have a look.
Oh, the amazing and truly incredible instant potion belt. It summons random potions in the quick slot. At the beginning of combat, potion vanish when combat ends. It's once per encounter. That's pretty cool. This genuine artifact has been ensorcelled with only the finest spatial and temporal enchantments, using advanced alchemical materials and artisanal magic. Iconography, this wonder of modern arcane achievement will allow you, the wearer, to reach beyond time and space itself to conjure all manner of mysterious and powerful elixirs from the behind the curtain of the reality itself. All the without, the any, the training, the whatsoever. It, the as, the never, the been, the easier, the do, the summon, the potions. What? No. While an immense cat is following you around, you gain bonuses to Arcana and Metaphysics. Ah! Dude, this is hilarious. Oh man, we gotta remember that he's here so we can go back and pick him up again, because this is great. Akura's Kettle. Heart and Home. Teleport to an allies location. Okay. 20% chance to cast Boiling Spree at enemy when wearer is critically hit in melee. Ah, that's cool. A navy sails on its stomach. This, above all things, was an axiom of Okura, chief galley cook of the Rautai scout ship Wimara. Any crewman from the shipmaster to the lowest powder boy could rely on a steady, unending supply of Okura's famous stew. This was because Okura cooked little else. Stew at first watch, stew at last watch. Of course the crew complained. Okura was untroubled. A crew that didn't complain was a crew short on work, if you asked her. She became a fixture of the vessels as captains and crews came and went. Okura and her cast iron pot remained ready to feed those under their charge. When the Waimera fell victim to a rogue wave, Okura was lost at sea. The ship was scrapped for parts and its supplies redistributed among the Rautai Navy. The crew, however, stole away Okura's pot. In an act of finality, they gave it to the local smith on the one condition: he craft it into something, anything, other than a cooking vessel. Then they toasted to Akira's memory and hoped beyond hope that whatever her pot became, it would never be used to cook stew again. Oh man, this is great. Dude, I love these little stories there. They're pretty good. I like the helmet too. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool helmet. Okay, let's sell some stuff, because we have stuff to sell anyway, so we might as well do that. Let's go. 4, 3, 14. Bro. Dude, we're rich right now. This is ridiculous. $42,000? What? Dude, I could absolutely buy these two things. Sure. Let's take a look here. What's your gloves? I want to try these on you for a little while, see what happens. I was going to say, where are they? But there they are. What's your belt again? Yeah, let's give him that. I kind of like the idea of freeing your inventory completely and giving you these random items that will just pop in and out every fight. I might actually give you like super good potions and stuff, and that's every single encounter. It's crazy. Plus, she got such a high alchemy. It might actually give her, like, you know, those bonuses for a very long time.
Consider, friend, the blessings of the priests are priceless, but so too is good sense. I have supplies here, so that daring travelers may live to honor the gods. Certainly.
Okay, what you got? The Magnificent Escape Cape. While bloodied or near death, the Magnificent Escape Cape may be used to dash to safety, breaking engagement expertly. Okay, so it just gives me the same skill I already have. One of the many accoutrements of famed Valen magician Melia Spettacolira. The escape went missing during the finale of her most memorable show, along with Malia herself and a sizable portion of those in attendance. It reappeared only recently, flying atop a flagpole in the Sacred Stair district of Neketaka. Malia had fulfilled her promise. They had indeed seen her, now they did not. Several other props have been recovered over the years. The box of death and dismemberment materialized at a wedding of Erlu Luffolk in the Durwood, where it brought a dramatic conclusion to the nuptials by crushing the father of the bride. The tumbling ring of conflagration is said to have apparated onto the deck of a Wana gunboat in the Deadfire some weeks later, though surviving crew members tell conflicting accounts of what started the resulting fire. Of the great magician and her audience, there has been no sign. This is great. I love it. This is awesome, dude. Wow. It's pretty darn cool.
Payment for heads. It could be no simpler.
An armored Wana turns and looks at you up and down. She holds its motionless paws across a long and contemplative silence. Finally, she draws out a single pyre and balances the coin on her knuckles.
Tell me, are you someone who walks the path that coin lays out before you?
She arches her fingers in a wave, causing the coin to flip from one knuckle to the next. She seems enraptured by the motion. I enjoy getting paid, if that's what you mean.
Transmuting actions into payment is the alchemy that orders our world. All things turn on the axis of a coin bond.
She touches her brow with her free hand as she says the word. Her coin continues its winding journey uninterrupted.
I pay bounties so that death can bring order to life. Would you help me continue the cycle?
Try and steal her coin. Maybe. The coin vanishes into her fist before you can close the distance. You accidentally brush hands with Okoro, who looks deeply into your eyes.
The next time payment crosses our hands, let it be in the execution of a bond. A vow.
Holding
a bounty.
Holding the coin in two fingers, she lays it flat in your palm and leaves it there. Sure.
If you would forge a coin bond, I know of people on these islands who must die. Their fate is already decided. The coin wishes only to collect. Dugra the Ascetic is wanted for crimes against his monastic order. His people have made a coin bond for his death.
She holds a pyre and lovingly inspects its edges, running her index finger along the curve.
The Orlan wanders the wilderness on the island of Crookspur, northwest of Neketaka.
She closes her fist around the pyre. Before I go, I have some questions.
Speak freely, I say.
Do you have any other hobbies?
I am a paladin of the Gold Pact Order. Since taking my oath, I have never been absent of work and duty for longer than an afternoon.
She stands rigid and raises her fist over her heart, but something in her manner softens.
I also enjoy knitting on occasion.
Oh, that's great. Farewell. Okay, that was awesome, dude. I loved it. Nobody
Candles
up here?
and
No.
bombs. Shining God, light your path, stranger. Can I interest you in any of our wares? We gathered what we could. Much of our coin goes towards feeding those in need over at the temple.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You don't really have anything good, but okay. The scent of beeswax and incense wafts from these barrels and crates. The sacred stairs. So that would bring us back down probably somewhere, I assume. I don't know where, though. Hey, River Reed.
We will witness a new beginning.
Oh, here. It just brings you up if you take the path there. Okay, cool. Interesting. So we have this temple to look at. And we have her No. Him to talk to. You find a man of middle years inspecting a metal tool unlike any you've seen. He has several similarly strange items on his belt, all quite clean and orderly. They look like the tools one might use to pull a tooth or shoe a horse, but much more delicate. He wears pristine cream-colored robes. The muzzle of an arquebus is visible just over his shoulder. His eyes brighten when he notices you.
Good day, traveler. I see you've taken an eye to my instruments. If you've any interest in the medical sciences, you need only ask. Well then, questions?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm a researcher in the medical sciences. And before you ask, no, I don't mean animancy. Neither do I mean magic, nor, gods forbid, necromancy. Medicine. Study of the kith body, its inner workings and such. I've misgivings about magic use. It's useful, I'll grant you that. But it's a crutch. Stunts our scientific development, you understand. Makes me a bit unpopular, as you can no doubt imagine, which is why I've got this arquebus here.
What do you mean by unpopular?
A patient of mine died under questionable circumstances. One morning they were fine, and the next they were dead. Someone is trying to discredit my work, I just know it, but they won't succeed. I came here to the archipelago to evade my rival's attempts at sabotage. And there certainly is quite a lot of work in the Deadfire, I must tell you.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm a researcher in the medical sciences. I've misgivings about magic use. It's a patient. I came here to the archipelago.
Can you teach me what you've learned in your research?
I've told you of my troubles. I suppose it's the least I can do. Settle in now. I've got a lecture prepared for just this occasion. Of course, it will cost you 3,000 copper.
Sure.
Ah, lovely.
He demonstrates several techniques for splinting and shuttering a wound. Once he's sure you've got it, he runs you through a diagram depicting the sundry herbs indigenous to the Deadfire and their various healing applications. Okay, Froggy, thank you so much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. Have a great night. Finally, he goes on at some length about the nature of faith and scientific inquiry. When he's certain you've learned all you can, he clasps you on the shoulder and sends you away with a smile and a gentle admonishment to study more. Sweet.
You need my...
The Magronite priest has the build of a boulder. His thick-set frame stretches his finest robes at the seams. He regards you with a steady, calm gaze, nodding and greeting.
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess, for we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles.
Magritte and I aren't on the best of terms.
Do you believe so? It is not in might alone that Margran holds influence. There is purpose, conviction, achievement. You may honor her in many ways.
Dude, you... he's like, oh, you think you're not good with her? You could probably do this to make her happy. I'm like, no, like I've literally spoke to her face to face, and we don't like each other. Like it's not like I'm not making a metaphor. Like I mean, like literally, she doesn't like my face. This is your temple,
Akira. Rain and wind is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter accustomed to comfort earns only bruises. Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades.
I didn't expect to see many foreigners at the temples.
It is an opportunity to learn. What good is a fighter who knows how to defend against a single enemy? If we must one day fight one another, such is Margran's will.
Which way to the palace? The priest blinks, his smile is warm, but there is little amusement in it.
Follow the path as it climbs the mountain, all the way to the Serpent's Crown. You will see it.
Is it possible to enter the temple, or is this a temple, just like outside? The Forsaken Cat? Podsy? Aww. To all fire keyworded power levels. That's interesting. So no, it's not an actual temple you can enter. They're doing it outside, essentially. So this is not a temple. It's more like a courtyard of Magran. And we'll do that next time. We'll do that next time, guys. We'll do that actually tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. EDT, we're going to be continuing this. So if you guys are interested in that, that's going to be then. As for Tuesday, I don't know what's going to happen on Tuesday. I don't know if I'm doing overtime or not yet. I will let you guys know as soon as I do. I should know tomorrow if I do overtime on Tuesday or Thursday. One of the 2 days I'm going to be doing overtime. And what I mean by overtime is I mean like an extra 5 hour of work after the actual time I finish working. So like a 13-hour shift or something. It's going to be nuts. So yeah, so we're going to be streaming for sure. More indie games coming up this week. I really want to finish our playthrough of the alpha of Graveyard Keeper. And we've got other games in the pipes. We got Moonlighter that I really want to play. There's Wizards of Legends, which I really want to play. There's Frostpunk, which we haven't played yet, that I really want to get on. And as soon as we're done with Pillars 2, we have a lot of other games in the pipe as well. So we'll see what happens, but that's the plan for now anyway. So tomorrow, more Pillars, and then Tuesday or Thursday, it'll be our indie game day. Wednesday's going to be more Pillars. Probably Friday's going to be more Pillars. I'll let you guys know what happens. But yeah, that's the plan. So thank you guys for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the resubs. Thank you for all the bits. It was great. I love your faces. I cannot wait to see you guys again tomorrow. And have a very good night, guys. And before we go, we're going to be hosting somebody. So don't go anywhere. Just keep an eye on here. Who is streaming right now that I could share the love with a little bit? You know what? Oh, no. Bina's streaming right now. She never is streaming when I stream. Oh, dude, we're going to give some love to Bina. She's awesome. I haven't talked to her in forever. Drop by, say hi, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.